Hello everyone, my name is Arko and this is Tetris Effect Connected. In my opinion, this is one of the most unique Tetris games to have ever come out, and if you want to know why, then you should watch this run. What you would usually see in speedruns of this game is the journey mode, which is sort of the story mode of this game, where you go through all the different themes and areas and music that the game provides. But I'm going to be showcasing all of the SS mode, all of the effect modes, and I will be getting all of the SS ranks on them, which is the highest rank that you can get on them. Now, the effect modes showcase various skill sort of areas that you can have within Tetris as a genre, and so this is a very varied run. As such, that is everything. There will be 15 modes to go through, and I will attempt to get the highest rank on them. So let's start with Marathon. Set the initial speed level to the highest, and timer will begin in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so if you don't know what Tetris is, it has these blocks which fall down on the ground, and you can use those to clear lines. When you fill an entire line with these blocks, the row gets deleted, and you get points for this. Also, a lot of effects happen, because this game is called Tetris Effect, which means that there will be a lot of effects happening, as well as visual and mind effects, because it's named after a phenomenon, the Tetris Effect, where you can see pieces in your mind falling in place, even like hours after you've played the game initially. So I think it's a very fun name for the game. So what I'm currently doing here is I'm trying to set up a sort of well on the right, which allows me to get the most amount of points, because with the so-called eyepieces, which are the longest ones, I am clearing 4 lines at once, and this is giving me a lot of points. The goal in this mode is to clear 150 lines, and the requirement for the SS rating is to get 500,000 score. Now, a score is given by a lot of things, by dropping the pieces, by doing certain spins. We'll get to that later. You'll see me doing a lot of various spins, but mostly I am going to be doing Tetrises right now, and that if I continue clearing 4 lines at once, which is called a Tetris, that's the namesake of the game, I will be able to get the 500,000 score requirement, and we can move on. You can hear the music start a little bit in the background. This game has incredible music, an incredible soundtrack. I will only be able to showcase a few themes in this one, so if you want to see the rest of them, you will have to either refer to the journey mode speedrun or play the game for yourself. I really recommend this game. I'm also going to attempt to not die here, as it is getting slightly dangerous. My stack is not ideal, but that's okay. We can simply dig down. I'm not too afraid of dying here, even though the stack is not ideal. Me clearing the single lines here is not very fast, because every line that I clear does a certain delay. There's animation happening, so clearing not 4 lines at once is slower, and it also gives less score, so I might need to catch up with a few T-spins if I do enough of those singles. But we should be good now. I've managed to resolve the stack a little bit. That was not a Tetris, actually, so I have to be careful with that. You need to be able to count to 4 in this game. That's a very important skill to have. But the score currently seems to be fine. We are at 100 lines and 300,000 score, so that's good. I just missed the piece there, but that's okay. I'm going to showcase, this is a so-called T-spin. You get a lot of points for these. I spin the piece in place and clear 2 lines with it. This is a T-spin double because I cleared 2 lines, and that gives me a lot of score. And this is a T-spin triple. So that is very strange. I know that did not look correct. That did not look like it should have gone in. But modern Tetris does a lot of things to try to help you out and sort of give you as many points as possible, or as many outs to your stack as possible. So I will need to gain some more score here as we are approaching the 150 line limit, and I have not yet done the score requirement. So I will be setting up T-spins here. This is going to allow me to get more score, and there we go, that's the score requirement. So now I just need to clear the rest of the lines, and there we go, that's 150 lines, 500,000 score, first mount done. And we're going to see an SS rank here. Very nice. Okay, that's 1 out of 15. So the next one is going to be Zone Marathon, which introduces a new mechanic that's unique to this game specifically. You will not see this in any other game. Set the speed to level 15 as well. You can do lower, but I prefer 15. All right, so this one's going to be a bit brighter, and I have chosen this theme because it gets very pretty later on. So this setup here that I'm doing at the start, that would look very weird. That was another T-spin triple. It's actually called a double triple cannon, very often used in multiplayer Tetris, where you try to send a lot of lines to your opponent, which this opener is very good at because you send both a T-spin double and a T-spin triple at once. So that's a nice little setup. So the zone, we can see that clearing lines fills up that meter. That's in the bottom left. Bottom left. And once that's full, we're going to enable that, and it's going to do very funky things. You don't have to enable it. You don't have to wait for it to be filled up entirely, but it does give you a higher multiplier of score if you do, and it lasts longer. Okay, there we go. So that's the zone, and I'm going to enable it, which means that clearing lines is going to send them to the bottom. So they don't get cleared just yet, they get sent away. And so I'm going to try to stack in a way that lets me clear a lot of these lines at once. Oh, that was unfortunately not a very good drop, so the zone is going to end there. Only 14 lines, Dodecatris, that's all right. We can do better next time. You can clear up to, well, not up to, you can usually try to clear 20 lines there. You can go even higher. There have been clears of 21 at first. The player named Kirby found that, and the community managers actually decided to name the 21 line clear Kirptris if you manage to get that in the games, as a little tribute to the first player who managed to do that, which is very nice. Okay, this has not worked out as well as I'd hoped, but that's all right. Going to try to stack more Tetrises, more T-spins. In this mode, I have to get my score up to 1 million, so twice as efficient as I have been before, but thankfully the zone gives us a decent amount of points. Okay. Now, before I activate the zone here, I just want to clear this up a little bit so that we have clean access to the well on the right. Very nice. And now we are going to enable the zone, send lines to the bottom, and try to get a better one this time. Okay. See what we can do with this. That's 17. 17, that's a decahexatris. Very nice. That's named after 16 tris. But we can do even better. Let's keep improving that. And yeah, there have also been found 22 zone lines, which was also found by Kirby. And the maximum that you can do in single player is 23. 23, what a very nice number. And I believe on Steam there are currently 22 players who have done that, so I was thinking about becoming the 23rd person to do so. It's a very fun challenge, even to try to do 22 zone lines, because you have to do a very specific setup for that to work. And I think it took me like 10 hours last time I tried to do my very first 22 tris, called the Impossibility Tris. Okay, let's start with the zone here. and see if we can get that zone counter up. There we have 18. And we can do 19. Okay, that's a perfectress. Very cool. This looks like a T-spin triple setup, but unfortunately that will not resolve. So let's continue trying to do various T-spins, and I will need to do T-spins because I need to get my score counter way higher up. Okay, there's a Tetris. T-spins give you even more, or specifically T-spin doubles, when you manage to pull those off, they give you even more score than a Tetris does. So they are very efficient in terms of lines cleared per the score that you get. And the requirements for SS are a little weird on this mode. You don't have to necessarily clear the 150 lines that you see in the corner. You have to clear 150 lines in total, which includes the zone. But as you can see, when I clear a line here, it doesn't actually add to the counter. So, yeah, you can count the amount of lines that you're doing in the zone and completing 150 of those. So, can we set this up? No, that's fine. Another perfectress, and we have the 1 million score. I believe this is enough for a SS, so if I top out here, intentionally of course, I should get the rank. There are 200 lines cleared, perfectly fine, and we get our second SS rank. There we go. Okay. So the next one is going to be about efficiency. This is another classic mode that you will see in a lot of games, Ultra. Now, the requirement here is 35,000. And you might be thinking, well, didn't you just get that with like one single Tetris before? What's so hard about that? Well, the thing is, there aren't actually... there isn't such high gravity in this mode. So as you can see, my pieces aren't falling as quickly. I'm dropping them manually, so it might be harder to tell, but the pieces aren't falling and I'm not struggling to move them around the place. So the score isn't being multiplied, and I have to get the score myself with mostly T-spins. T-spins are kind of the meta in this mode because you're trying to go for the fastest score that you can get. And this is one that a lot of people compete in. Something that you would often see people do is do so-called perfect clears, which is when you manage to clear the entire board of all pieces. But you have to know a lot of setups for that, so I'm just here freestyling some T-spin setups and hoping that that will work. Okay. Some more T-spins, opening up the well here so that I can continue getting T-spins and Tetrises. Is a very nice way to use my stack. Usually what you'd see here is a sort of 6-3 system of stacking. Now, 6-3 refers to where you place your well. Right now, my well is in the 5th column, so this would be called 4-5, whereas I keep the 4 pieces on the left and 5 pieces on the right. And 6-3 is a variation of that, where it's the most efficient way to place your pieces, to use something called finesse, which is a technique that allows you to, know exactly how to move your pieces in the most optimal way and get them where you need them to be. So we have 35k, and that's this mode. You can just top out a very nice line amount, and we got another SS. There we go. So, upcoming is the quintessential speedrun mode of this game, Sprint, where you simply try to clear 40 lines as fast as possible. Now, I will try to showcase the 6-3 stack here if I can. It goes sort of like this, but I have messed it up slightly because, yeah, I haven't followed the guideline properly. That's okay. Ideally, you want to not take anything that's not a Tetris here, because if you do, it's slower, but we don't mind too much. we're just going to continue stacking, not caring about any T-spins or anything, because we are just clearing lines. The only thing that matters here is time, and the time that I have to clear is 1 minute 10, which is very doable. But for a lot of people that are just starting with Tetris, this is probably one of the hardest SSs to get. I'm just going to stack as quickly as possible, see if we can get the sub-minute. And there we go, 53 seconds. Respectable. People can do it in like 25 seconds, but you know, I'm not them. And then there we got another SS. Upcoming next is a very interesting mode, the Master Mode. So this one has a lot of history behind it. I'm going to start at M23, since that's a little theme that we have here. And that's a speed that I'm comfortable at. So you might have noticed that the pieces were falling very quickly before. Here, the pieces are simply on the ground from the very start. They start already spawned on the ground. So what are you supposed to do? Well, thankfully, this game is very nice to you, and it lets you slide around the pieces a little bit before they lock down. Now, the time that it gives you to slide these pieces around changes depending on the M level that you have here. I've set it to M23. The maximum is M22. Oh, I'm already messing up a bit here, but that's fine. That's expected in this mode. Again, the requirement for this one is 150 lines, but we will be able to do that very quickly as everything is moving quickly. And yeah, M30 is a huge increase in speed over M23. So I believe the amount of time you get for this speed is 170 milliseconds to move your piece, but that does reset every time you move the piece. This game uses so-called move resets, so every time you move the piece around like this, you can stall, but you cannot do this infinitely. If you do this 15 times, if you move or rotate the piece 15 times, then it will immediately lock down. So you cannot, you know, stall infinitely, and if you stall for a little bit like this, then you might not be able to actually get it over to the other side if it's on the wrong side or something. So you can't use it for thinking too well. And obviously the amount of the speed which you have to wiggle the piece at increases as you go on. Now, the speed on M30 is actually 91 milliseconds, which is very low. In fact, it's lower than, I think, the highest recorded human reaction speed, or very close to that. So, you know, once you get there, it's very difficult to actually be able to think about what you're doing and plan anything in advance. You're going to have to be actually planning in advance, but once you make a mistake, once you misdrop, you've got the whole cue, you know, in your head, and now everything's wrong. You can't put the pieces where you wanted them to be, and everything's incorrect. So that's a very hard one to get through. Fortunately, you only have to do 10 lines of them. The speed here increases with every 10 lines, and the game wants you to complete this mode by clearing 300 lines. We're not doing that here, thankfully. And there have been very few people who have actually managed to do it. Recently, I did become one of them. Yes, thank you. It did take me a very long time. It was a 4-month journey of attempting this mode and trying again. And I have like already over 400 hours in this game. So it was quite something. In total, I believe there are only 165 people who have done this in the world. So, you know, despite this game having been sold to millions of people, that is a fairly low number. So I'm very happy that I have managed to done it. And if you would like to know more, then there is a documentary video about it on my channel. It's about 30 minutes. So if you wish to see that, you may find me on Water Arko about how I managed to beat Master Mode. And so that's that. Thankfully, we only have to do 150 lines here. Simple enough. So we have another SS rank here. And this might have seemed really difficult, but we're actually going to invert everything a little bit and show you what the actual most difficult mode in this one is. Classic score attack. Now, all of this was very modern, but what if we go back? What if we go back to 1989, let's say? everything is very retro. We only see one piece ahead, and immediately, as soon as the piece falls on the ground, it is locked. So it's pretty much the exact opposite of what you've just seen here. And this makes it very difficult. One of the quirks of this mode is that the piece generation is not working for us. Nothing is working for us. So in modern Tetris, what you'd usually play nowadays, you get a so-called 7-bag. So you have all of the 7 pieces that can be arranged with the 4 squares that you have on each piece. And the game always shuffles those 7 pieces into a so-called bag and then distributes that bag, and then it shuffles another 7 pieces and sends those out. The thing is, this mode, Classic Tetris, it didn't do any of that. So what pieces you get are completely random. In Modern, you just have ensured that you get a fair distribution of every single piece. Specifically, you can rely on eyepieces coming. And you see here that I have a very necessary eyepiece dependency. Thankfully, I did get it. But it can just so happen that you will never get the eyepiece. So how do you deal with that? You have to be very careful with your stacking. And obviously, in this game, it is also very valuable to do Tetrises. That's the best way to get score. My goal here is to get 200k and 50k on top of that, 250. So I will be doing that. Unfortunately, I have a well on the left, which is not ideal because thankfully it's fine right now. But the game has a spawning bias for the eyepiece. Or rather, rotation bias. When you rotate it, it doesn't matter which way you do it. It always goes to the right. So it is safer to have the well on the right if you are close to topping out. Thankfully, we have managed to move the well again. So now we have it on the right. This doesn't happen in Modern. In Modern, it does matter which way you rotate the pieces. And yeah. Thankfully, this is going well so far. I have not been getting very large droughts. So you see the drought counter over there, it's up to 12, 13. I haven't gotten the eyepiece in quite some time. In Modern, like the largest time that you cannot get an eyepiece is 14 or 13 pieces, since there's 7 of them. So this is a little way to keep track, and this can just be any number. Right now I'm very high and I'm reliant on the eyepiece, and it's not coming, and I have to cover the well because if I don't, then I will die. Thankfully the eyepiece came, so we are saved. And another Tetris. Okay, very nice, very nice. I think there's 2 Tetrises left for me. And I might actually clear this without dying. That would be incredible. But don't count your chickens before they hatch, so to speak. Okay, another eyepiece. The game is being very generous to me. It is not usually doing this. Okay, I need 1 more to fill that space. And now we are just safely going to wait for an eyepiece. We're just going to stack in a way. And there's the eyepiece. And I think that's 25k. And we have not died. I have managed to top out intentionally and get the SS. Okay, there we go. I was very afraid of this mode. There's the SS rank, the hardest one that you can get on this. They actually, back when I created this category, they didn't even have classic Tetris on here. They just added that later, so we had to deal with it. Okay, now we're going to Chill Marathon. Let's do Mermaid Cove. Level 15 again. This one is a bit more chill version of the previous marathon that you saw. It's, again, just clearing 150 lines, and the score requirement is slightly lower. It's only 300k, so there is a bit more leeway, and it's not that difficult to do. So if you have anything you'd wish to read, so you can do that right now.
Yes, thank you. We have a $23 euro donation from 2DSVD saying, do you know how many cronies are there? Well, not quite 23, but we still love you, Arko.
Oh, thank you.
3 euros from Cuba with no comment. Thank you for that, though. $10 from Kes saying the donation incentives. Fill it up, please.
Yes. There is a donation incentive for this run. If we meet that, you will get to see a showcase of the Zone Battle, which is a multiplayer variant in this game, which gets to showcase the unique Zone mode, and I might even get an Ultimate Risk there, because I have failed to do so in the Zone Marathon. So if you want to see what an Ultimate Risk looks like, or if you just want to see me battle someone online in Tetris, then feel free to donate and put it toward the showcase incentive.
We have another €5 donation from Vital Vengeance saying, Yakuza Duck, good luck to all of the runners this week.
Thank you very much.
And €6.70, weird number,
Yes, very strange.
Klim Salabim saying, oh my god, it's the Arko. I'm
Hello.
excited to see you playing one block game today and another block game tomorrow with Kaz. Best of luck for the run and especially for Classic and Misery.
Thank you very much. Yes, Classic is already done, thankfully, so that is over with, but there is one more difficult mode awaiting. And indeed, I will be playing a block game again tomorrow, but of a slightly different variant with Casbardo there behind me. Yeah, he's waving. How very nice. I can't imagine why you would donate such a specific number, though. Very puzzling to me. But thank you, we appreciate it nonetheless.
And I still have two more. One €10 donation from Janabel with no comment. Thank you though. And another €10 from Zivon. I'm sorry if I mispronounced. Zivon saying, let's go Arko. So happy to see Tetris TEC in the speedrunning event. Good luck praying for good RNG.
Thank you. Thankfully, I don't have to rely too much on random numbers in modern Tetris, but there is going to be two more modes which have slightly random elements in them. So we'll see how we fare with those. The highest RNG point of this run is definitely Classic Tetris, and I'm glad that we got that out of the way. So very good.
I will just keep coming with all the donations.
Thank you, everyone.
€6.90 from Yaoi saying, do you happen to run any other block-based game? I only watch block-based speedruns.
Well, you're in luck. Tomorrow's Minecraft bingo run should be very exciting.
And €5 from Mitsuki saying, destroy the game, Arko, you've got this.
Well, I hope I'm not going to crash it, but I will try to clear as many blocks as I can, and there we go, 150 lines. Thank you. There's our SS rank, actually fairly close to my high score. I didn't even do too many non-Tetrises in this one. I was just stacking normally. How queer. All right, next up is quick play. We're just gonna do a little quick play here, clear 30 lines, try to get 10k score. Again, it's scaled down because there is going to be no gravity, or very low gravity. So I'm just gonna set up with another double triple cannon with me. So say it with me. Double, triple, and there we go. That's a little overkill on the score, but it's fine. Just ensuring if anything goes wrong, my score should be fine, and from here on out, I'll just be clearing the lines, and that should be fine. As I was saying about the Zone Marathon, there's been... Yeah, so 23 is the lowest, the highest one that you can get in multiplayer. There have been higher clears found in single player, or in multiplayer, because there is a special mode that allows you to get big pieces. Oh, I'm stacking way too long. I'm already done. So all of these blocks have been wasted. Whoops. All right. That's another SS. Hopefully. There we go. Upcoming are the playlists, which will showcase all of the various themes in this game. The first one is sea-themed, so we will be able to see all of the different 4 sea themes that are in this game. Again, this one is without gravity, so I can stack as nicely as I want. Obviously, I'm still going to be dropping the pieces as fast as possible, but there are going to be fewer restrictions. Now, maybe me stacking pieces as fast as possible isn't the best thing because, as you can see, I've created a incredibly hard to resolve hole here, but it should be okay. I've just made it worse, but that's fine. We'll get through. We'll just clear a couple lines. We will need to compensate with T-spins again. Ideally, since there are 4 modes here, and I need to get 40,000 in each one, I would exit each one with a 10,000 score, but if not, we can simply catch up later. To clear Tetris here, I had to put that there. Where is the L? There it is. Okay, that's 8,000, but that's all right. We will simply do a few T-spins. So the highest zone clear that you can actually do in multiplayer with special huge pieces is 25. 25 clear was found, I think it's called the WTF-tris. That's a very nice name. And this was found by Electra, who has actually been very helpful for the development of this mode as well. So together with the leaderboard, speedrun.com community leaderboard moderator, Adventium _, they have helped create the auto splitters that we use for this category, because this category is timed with an approximation of in-game time. It's not really, it's mostly real-time attack without loads, because some modes are implemented in a strange way, especially classic Tetris. That starts running a whole new system because they tried their best to emulate it as well as they could, and they have done a great job. It's amazing that classic Tetris exists on this, because they have had quite a few issues with the Tetris company, who was very protective of their IP and wants you to experience Tetris their way. So they have created this sort of guideline which guides how all of the Tetris games should feel and look. And, you know, classic Tetris is everything that's not that, pretty much. I think I've gotten the score up to snuff now, as it's 30k, and now there's going to be the last sea-themed. I believe this one is going to have a dolphin, so if you like dolphins, be prepared for that. I don't need to... Well, maybe I could have actually done a T-spin because I'm clearing singles here still. So yeah, it's great that they actually managed to get the classic Tetris through. They have had little run-up with the Tetris company to try to actually get it, but thankfully they also got the very proficient player named Green Tea, who has participated in many classic Tetris World Championships and has done great there. He's joined the development team and helped them get it to be as close to the original as possible. Again, I've overstacked like way too much. But yeah, there's 40,000. There's going to be 2 more of these playlists. So if you have any donations, you may read them.
Yes, I do. A lot. We have 10 euros from Halligan Lampert saying, Tetris the way Richard Garfield intended. My favorite.
Indeed.
And then we have $20 from Z saying, well played.
Thank you.
25 euros from Pain This saying, great job on the classic. Now don't die on my favorite misery. Good luck.
Yes, Pain Desu is one of the people from the Czechoslovakian Tetris community that I'm part of, who have helped me find strategies in this mode, and who has started recently running this mode and decided to find some new strategies like the day I was leaving for BSG, so that's very nice of him. I haven't implemented them because they mostly revolve around optimizing which speeds to start at, but I'm perfectly comfortable starting at the highest speed, so that's all right for me. But yes, he really dislikes the last mode that is in this category, and you will see why. It is very interesting. Okay, here we have the balloon-themed map. And yeah, I'm very thankful to both Adventium _ and Electra. Electra has mostly been finding the specific bytes that we need to split in this game, and Adventium has implemented the... oh god, I have just clicked out of the game, but that's fine. Oh, this game has mouse controls. That's why I just dropped the piece there. I clicked with my mouse and it dropped. So if you ever wanted to control Tetris with a mouse, you can. This game is also available in VR, which is a very interesting experience. If there are more donations you would wish to read, feel free to do so.
Yes, we do. €5 from Damien saying, some of us think that Classic is the easiest one. Good luck, Arko.
Yes, indeed. There are possibly a lot of Classic Tetris players watching, and they would usually start at level 18 because they're good at the game. I think if I started on level 18, I definitely would not have made that. There were some sketchy moments in there. But yeah, that's pretty much the highest speed that you can go there. That I can really do there. People can start on 19 or up to like 28, but it gets a bit ridiculous. Some people have like implemented rolling strategies. So if you haven't seen this, people have started to optimize the sort of handling that you get in Classic Tetris, because it's not very fast in moving the piece to the side. In here, you can sometimes see me just, you know, hold down the button that moves the piece to the side, and it scrolls like decently fast. In Classic Tetris, it does this very slowly. This is the so-called the delayed auto shift before the piece starts shifting, and the auto repeat rate, which is the speed at which the piece is moving. And both of these are a lot lower in Classic, and that's partially what makes the game really hard, is because you don't always get the piece where you want it to go at the highest speeds. So you need to work around this. Now, people have done both, you know, hyper tapping, where they tap the buttons really fast, and that works. But you have to be like faster than the 20 hertz that the delayed auto shift gives you, which is very hard. But what people have started doing is rolling, where you simply have the controller in your hand and you're tapping the keys into, you're holding it upside down and you're tapping it from the top into your fingers so that the inputs get pressed really fast. And that's really impressive to watch. But it is a very overpowered strategy, so now everyone is using it, and they have developed an entire like separate DAS only or delayed auto shift only championship, where you cannot use this method or hyper tapping. You can only use the in-game speeds. If you wish to have more donations being read out, then that is also fine by me.
Yes, we have €100 from, sorry for butchering it, GHT Ghoster saying, yo, do a backflip.
Thank you. Thank you very much, GHT Ghoster. It's amazing. Thank you. He is also one of the runners of this category. One of the first ones. We kind of made the category together. So yeah, thank you to him. He's been very helpful in finding strategies as well. And I think he's currently second on the leaderboards for this category. First is Jaden, who is literally the fastest player of Tetris in the world. So yeah, there is a very large disparity between first and second place. I believe Ghoster right now has like a 55 minutes on his time. And Jaden has gotten 31. So, yeah, the speeds that you can go at in Tetris can get really, really large. And there isn't really too much that you can do other than go really fast if you want to get such high speeds. There aren't any like strategies that I'm not doing besides like stacking more optimally maybe, but it is really about raw speed at that point. And she is the fastest Tetris player. She's the person who managed to get 25 sprint in this game, which is incredible. And she like ran this category only twice. Just entered our server, was like, yo, I got a world record, and then I shattered it by 20 more minutes. Yeah, that was the first sub hour, by the way. Okay, bye. And yeah, that was a fun experience. And we haven't been able to get close to that time ever since. But yeah, Ghoster is, you know, slowly approaching her first time that she got on the first attempt. So congratulations on that. He's one of the best Tetris players in Czechia, and generally just really good. Okay, so I believe this was the third mode, and the last one is upcoming from this playlist. And then we're going to get into the very interesting ones. If you'd like to try this category, you absolutely can. It is not currently on speedrun.com, but maybe Adventium, who made the auto splitter for us, who is also the community leaderboard moderator, you know, if there are enough of you who try this category, then maybe it will be added to the speedrun.com leaderboard. So if this seems fun and interesting, then you should totally come join our server and try to do a run yourself. It's really fun. It like really tests your skills in all of the various modes, which is going to be showcased in just a bit, all of the different things that you can be doing. There's 3 too many lines there because it's going to reset the counter, but that's fine. Oh, actually, this was supposed to be 40? Oh my, this, oh, I am 4 modes in already. Okay, I was not watching that. Okay, that's an S rank, so I have to do this again. Whoops. Well, so I didn't say this at the start, but I have committed myself to giving money to charity. So for every reset or death that I get, I will be donating $10 to Mind. So, you know, that's $10 there. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. Not because I don't want to give money, but because I want to be fast. That was unfortunate. I thought I really was in the third mode, not in, or in the third level, not in the fourth one. Okay, let's stack a little more efficiently so that doesn't happen again. You can easily lose track here because it is just stacking. But okay. There, 20, and should just clear 2 lines here. See how can I do that the most efficiently? That's fine. You'd usually want to do a T-spin, but if you're doing Tetris the rest of the way, then this will get you there as well. And a Tetris T-spin takes a while because of the soft drop speed. It's not the highest. Oh, that's okay. We'll just move the well somewhere that can accommodate the thing I've just done. And if you have more things to read, feel free to do so.
Yes, I would jump in with a donation I can totally relate to. 10 euros from Vano717 saying,
hello.
These blocks move too fast for me to process. Can you please use one finger?
That is a very good reference. Thank you, Wayno. Wayno is the person responsible for me owning this game, actually. He gifted it to me many years ago. And I've been making great use of this gift ever since. So thank you. And yeah, the one finger is a reference to one time I was playing with my friends, and I was playing like 1v4 or something in Tetrario, and to nerf myself because they kept dying anyway, I had to only use one finger, and that was a good enough nerf that they started actually beating me. Okay, we're hopefully going to be a bit more on pace with the score here. So this is the third one, early, because the score is really low. Unless I've really messed up, then this should be the third one. Is anyone counting? I'm not. Okay. So just trying to stack as quickly as possible so that we can move on to some of the most interesting modes. And those modes are the reason I mostly recommend Tetris Effect. It's combo, all clear, misery, or mystery, the proper name, stuff like that. Big explosion. Okay, get enough score here. Gotta keep that in mind. Do some T-spins, it's fine. Okay, open up this so that we can have some T-spin setups. Okay, we'll do one more Tetris and then T-spins. Was a T-spin single. There's a T-spin. just for the score. It's slightly slower, of course, since you do have to soft drop the piece, and you're only clearing 2 lines, but you have to clear the 2 lines anyway. Okay. So is this going to be enough? Is my question, because it doesn't look like it's going to be enough, so I'm actually going to do some more T-spins that don't clear lines, actually. Okay, there's one. How can I set up more T-spins in this area that I've got? Okay, that's a T-spin. Yeah, and this should be enough. There. Okay. There's a lot of unnecessary stacking, but I wanted to be really sure this time. All right, so there we have the SS rank. We're away from playlists now, so we get to do the focus modes, which we will be starting with all clear. So this one is running on a set timer. There's not really much you can do to save time here. But the game is going to present us with a bunch of preset maps, and we're going to try to solve them. The first few are very simple. Okay, there are other pieces than T. They're like O. The first few are very simple. It's giving me the same maps over and over for some reason. But yeah, wow, I missed. That's great. It doesn't matter. Like, this is a set timer. Even if I miss a few, we will have to wait at the end anyway, because there's no way to die here. Once you like misdrop a piece, it's like sends you to the next map. So we will have to wait out the timer anyway. And each time we clear one of these, the timer goes up. But in order to get to like a really high clear amount, you do have to implement some really crazy strats here. This requires a slightly weird solution. And later on, this will get to showcase the super rotation system in various forms and all of the things it can do. Once we hit 20 clears, it will get very funky and show you what the modern system in Tetris really can do. If you haven't seen the video, the Tetris rotation system is wonderfully broken, then yeah, that does a deep dive on everything that's happening here. Okay, and we've got this DT cannon set up. That's very interesting. We've got this L spin. How does it do that? That shouldn't do the thing. We've got the mirrored version of this. 23. Look at this. This doesn't seem right, does it? We've got a Z spin here. These are actually interesting because these care which way you're rotating, and it cares which way the piece is rotated as well. So you know how the Z piece, you know how the Z piece is symmetrical, right? As well as the S piece. If you rotate it twice, you can't do the spin anymore. It doesn't work. Like, you have to spin it a few times in order to get it there. And yeah, so it's really strange how some of these work. These kicks and spins, like the kick table. Oh, this absolutely wonderful. Am I even gonna get this in? No? Okay, never mind. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do there. I usually skip when that one happens, because like it takes a lot of time to soft drop anyway. Yeah, we've got, whoops. Okay, never mind. Oh, you want to play Snake? You're gonna do this. Seems right, doesn't it? All right, and we've got another T-spin dribble here. And we've got 30. Nothing interesting to show on this map. These are just L spins. Yeah, this would be another T-spin. Oh, this one is very strange in that it forces you to do a wall kick, which actually requires you to rotate the other way than you usually would. It's, yeah, there's a lot to the rotation system. Anyway, here's our SS. Upcoming is combos, which is possibly my favorite mode in this game. It was my favorite so much that I even had a top 20 run at one point. It's no longer top 20, but I did used to have a global top 20 score in this one. So what you want to do is clear combos. Now, a combo is when you use each piece to clear a line. So again, you have these preset maps, and you're ideally trying to clear them, but you don't necessarily have to. And you're getting your combo counter up by using each piece to clear a line. And so this does a really good job of teaching you how to combo, because comboing is a very important skill in multiplayer, for example, because in a lot of modern guideline games, you do use combo setups, sort of 4-wide, where you create a 4-wide well in the middle and you try to clear it out with combos, and that sends a lot of garbage that's distributed in a way that is going to be very annoying for the opponent. Because the way multiplayer works is, like, when you send a Tetris, it sends very clean garbage to the opponent, because it sends like 4 lines at once, right? And they're all under each other, so the opponent can use that to get a Tetris. But if you send combos, it's like several separate attacks, which means that you actually get a lot of cheese, so to speak. You don't get like straight garbage. Instead, you get straight garbage. All right. So the requirement for this mode is 120, so I'm just going to get there as fast as possible. It is faster to clear these because you don't get the animation of dying, and the last one that you do is, you know, a combo, so it counts towards the thing. But some of these are unresolvable, either through the fact that I'm bad or through the fact that I've just gotten into a point where there is no way for me to solve this. But yeah, you do learn a lot from this mode, and it has helped me greatly. Okay. These are weird combos, just 2 more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now die, and we get an easy death, thankfully, because there wasn't stuff in the middle. If it did like the center well, it would have been hard to actually die. But yeah, there's the SS rank. But upcoming is actually another contender for my favorite mode ever. I did not want to retry. I actually want to quit. Target. This is another extremely unique mode to this game. I don't think I've seen this in any other game. We have these target blocks that are glowing, and we want to try to clear them. And if we do, we just move on to the next map. So you stack in very unintuitive ways. You kind of put pieces on their head. You use other pieces as platforms. It's really unique in the things that it makes you think about, like this. How do you fill in the second row as best as possible? Like this. Well, okay, that could have gone a lot better if I had different pieces. Oh, that's actually not good, but that's fine. I can open it up. Yeah, this one, you just use that little thing as a platform. So yeah, there are a lot of unique things that you get to work with in this mode. And if you wish, you may read some donations.
Yes, I will. We have €5 from Yoko saying GG.
Thank you.
Another 5 from Ritsuki saying Tetris Effect is always a great watch. Hope you won't get destroyed by the RNG of the last few modes.
Thank you. Ritsuki is a great Tetris player, one of the few who have actually completed Master Mode. So yeah, that's an amazing achievement. They're from the Challenge Enthusiast community, which is the one that has actually motivated me to clear the Master Mode, because it's like an entire site where you get points for clearing difficult challenges in games, specifically dev intended challenges. And they're all very nice people. All right, so the target here is 30. We're just going to do a couple more. As you can see, we're getting more and more of these blocks, so we have to figure out how to clear them. Yes, this works. Okay, let me soft drop this piece and clear that. That works perfectly. And put it there. Okay, amazing. Just clear up this so we can access the block and the last one. And we have the eyepiece, very nice. And then I die here. All right. Sorry? Right, yeah, that's true. There are some like strange games for sure that have these modes as well. All right, Countdown, one of the more unique modes as well. So you see this glowing block or column, an eyepiece is going to fall there, and I have to try to build around that. I have failed. I wanted to build a Tetris, but that's all right. We'll do it now, maybe. This should be... Oh, well, I'm missing one block again. Okay, let's try that again. It's going in the wrong column again, but we'll build around that. I'm just going to force this Tetris because that gives us the most points. All right. That's fine. That's going to clear a couple lines. It's not a Tetris again, but it will do. So each time it generates a sort of random place where it will drop an eyepiece. Later there will be even more at once. It's not exactly random. The places it chooses is for the first eyepiece. It takes the lowest column that you have, starting from the left, and then, or it picks 3 of the lowest columns that you have, and then it picks one of them completely at random. And the other eyepieces, if you have them, will pick from the 3 remaining columns and drop one there. So then if you have 4 pieces dropping at once, then the 4th one is actually guaranteed to be on top. Okay, I'm managing to get Tetrises here, which is very nice. That's good for my score. Gives a lot of points when you do that. Just gonna set up a T-spin myself here. It's only a single, but it works out. The requirement here is 55,000. I'm not capable of doing that Tetris, but that's fine. All right, it chose the correct column, so we just build this up, get a Tetris, and try to... No, not a Tetris again. All right, 34. This looks like it wants a T-spin setup, so let me do that. Okay, that's decent. How do I stack this? Okay, that worked out. Put this on the side. This is not going to be a Tetris, and it's going to stick out slightly. It obviously picked the wrong column. All right. That's fine. Our score is very good, and we're not at a risk of death. You can die very easily in this mode. If you, like, fail to accommodate the eyepieces, then the stack will get high really quickly. Like, just dropping random vertical eyepieces in your stack is not good. Okay, it picked that one, which is not ideal. But now it has a good chance of going there. So something you can work with in this mode is the fact that it chooses like 3 different columns. So you can sort of build a 3-wide well where you... And like after the eyepiece generates, you can try to fill that in based on where it will fall. But it's not super reliable. So I'm mostly just stacking around it, trying to get as many T-spins and Tetrises as I can. It's not choosing that well, so that's okay. I'm going to hope that it does now. Maybe? Nope, it doesn't. That's all right. It's a 1 in 3 chance, so I can't count on it too hard. I should build around that slightly better. This stack has severely dissolved from what I wanted it to look like, but I think this is going to be good for the score. 55. There we go. Fairly fine. 102 lines. Perfectly all right. So we get another SS rank. There we go. And incoming is a very overwhelming audio-visual experience. So be prepared for that. I'm going to set this expert because, as you can see, I'm clearly an expert, especially when it comes to playlists. So this one generates a bunch of cheese, as I described before, and I try to clear that. So you can see that all of the holes in the stack are distributed all over the place. And this is also another important skill to have in multiplayer, where you just like stack down through all of these holes efficiently so that you're not stacking up, but you're stacking down. And I'm trying to clear these purified blocks, or I'm purifying the infected blocks. And I'm trying to do 450 of those. And you get a bunch of bonuses for like a lot of combos or clearing all of them at once and such. It's there, I got a 50 bonus. So this will be a very quick one, but yeah, the effects in this one go crazy. I'm hoping that the BSG bitrate is keeping up with this one. All right, do a Tetris. The score doesn't matter here. Also, that wasn't a Tetris because I can't count, but that's okay. So I'm clearing these off. We're getting close to the amount that I need. 400. and it's soon probably going to give me another bonus. That was a missed drop, that's fine. But this countdown is going to generate more, which are all at the bottom, so I'm trying to go get there. Not the most efficient stack, but it works. Right, very, very close to having done them all, and 450, and there we go, 499. It just gave me 50, so yes, very nice. That's SS on this one, and upcoming is possibly the worst mode for some. It is the last mode of this game. Mystery. What does it do? What could mystery mean? Let's choose the 1984 theme. Let's go 13 because I'm scared. But it should be fine. Survive the random effects and clear 150 lines. So what's going to happen? I'm going to build a DT cannon. It's already mysterious enough. All right. Oh, great. Amazing. Yes, I hate this one is the worst one immediately at the start. So, well, not the fractured pieces. The fractured pieces are fine, but I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna put some things here. My DT cannon has been broken entirely. This piece is terrible, the one that I have in my hold slot. Okay, that is a huge O block. So, okay, something we can do with that O block is clear a Tetris, but I don't know if I'm going to be doing that. This bomb is blowing up in the background, don't worry about it. Okay, this looks like a very nice O-piece Tetris setup, doesn't it? This is like a very good hole for that, but, you know, I don't want to die, is the thing. And there's a lot of effects happening in the background that could, like, mess me up as well. Just do a T-spin here to keep the score going. I do need, like, 400 score, so it's not nothing. 400,000, sorry. Yeah, let's see. Okay, no hold. I was playing that anyway, since I have the extremely comically large O-piece in my hold slot, so that's all right. This does look like... Wait. Tetris with the O-block! There we go. Okay, that's that wasn't too bad. Reset the speed for me, that's nice. Okay, sped up again, and no hold, so that's all right. Just a little bit of Tetris reminiscence there. And yeah, the theme here is a secret theme, sure, that you can unlock in the game through entering like a code. It gets very funky later on, and I'm not even going to be able to read the pieces. Oh god, I gotta concentrate, because this takes a lot of brain power trying to parse where, like, because all of the pieces, I look at them and they're different than what I'm used to. They rotate differently. It's strange. Okay, we are very high up, aren't we? I would like to push the stack down, because something that you can get as an effect is bump up, which just gives you lines, and I don't want to see that. I'm not able to rotate it. Oh god, that's a huge eyepiece. Now, I know what you're thinking. I don't think I'm gonna do it. Because I'm currently very nearing death, and if I get bump up, okay, that's a lot of these pieces. Need to play slightly slower. I'm not like able to put a huge eyepiece anywhere currently, because it takes a lot of space. I needed like 2 wide space for it. Okay, no preview and no hold currently. Maybe I can set up a space for it here. Is this a safe space for an eyepiece, or 2 wide eyepiece? Just slam it here. That's a little, yeah, that's a little high, isn't it? But we should be fine. This shouldn't... there's stuff blowing up in the bottom, whatever. We don't care about that. Like, the lower half of the stack currently doesn't concern us. Oh, why did that drop? Okay, I'm gonna clear a line at the bottom, because I can. Put the O piece there. This, okay, that is nice that worked out. This is the worst effect. Definitely. It makes it so difficult for me to see what's happening. Okay, that is another huge piece. I don't want that right now. I'm too high on the board to be able to accommodate that. Okay, we're clearing lines. Don't... Oh, this again! Without hold, this is gonna be difficult, but okay. I'm gonna try to get... No, that's the wrong one. I think it's upcoming, the one that I need. This is also the wrong one. Yeah, that's slots. And if I get bump up, I'm dead. I'm not, thankfully, but... Please flip over. Oh, God. Okay, I'm alive. Please don't bump up again. Why is it this? Wait, flip in. Okay, I managed to get it in. But... Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay, that's the correct one. That's the wrong one. I can't tell which pieces are which. That's a huge piece. I am dead. No! I couldn't do it. There was nothing that could be done there. A rank, that's not an SS. Okay, let's try again. We have time. Okay, so that's another $10 to mind. Let's try again. If you have any donations, you may read them.
Yes, we have another €5 from Paindesu saying, "Don't worry about the playlist reset. Playlists are hard. I would know."
Yes, this also happened to Paindesu in his most recent PB, I believe. So, yeah, I think he died in one of the playlists, which is possibly worse than what happened to me. But yeah, this is not a good stack for the fact that no like terrible effects have happened yet, but it's not a deadly stack. It's very easy to die in this mode. And the reason I do it last is because it's last in the order. Usually when I would do a speedrun, I would maybe not put this at last place, but I like to do sort of canonical order, especially if it's a showcase like this. And it's a very good one for the end. So you see this suspiciously S-shaped hole? I'm not actually going to show you the S-spin because I have covered the hole, but do note that you can do that. Okay, we have this effect again, and the whole board shifted to somewhere, so I don't even know how it looked like before, but you know, we're not in danger zones yet. Is this the correct piece? It is. Amazing. Mini T-spin. Is this the correct piece? Can I spin it in? Well, I wouldn't know how, because I don't know if it's the Z or S piece. Yeah, some people just like to, you know, flip their OBS when they're playing this mode. Oh, we got goldens. Okay, it's one of the few modes that actually help you in here. It gives me double score, so let me take a T-spin. Very nice. Can I get another T-spin? No, it's really short when you get this effect, of course. You couldn't have a good thing for too long. Okay, bombs. I'm defusing one of them, but the rest are just gonna blow up the lower half of my board. Nothing I can really do about that. So there's going to be a huge hole there. All right, we're up close. So we got to look at the screen up close as well so that we're immersed. This is a very interesting mode to look at in... this is a very interesting mode to look at in VR, as you can imagine. Just generally, Tetris is such a great experience. Oh, this is the dream of every modern player. Just 7 T-pieces in a row. Yeah, inject that straight into my veins. That's what I want. Wrong piece. All right, I'm using the hold as my next piece queue, so that's fine. I don't need no next queue. All right, next effect. It likes this one in this seed. It just loves to move my board to the side. And yeah, how are we looking at the incentive for the zone battle? Oh, very nice. Thank you. The game is very kind to me.
It has been met.
Oh, amazing. Thank you, everyone, for donating. Okay, so after this, you will get a showcase of me bullying some kids on Tetris, possibly. Or, you know, there is a possibility that someone will snipe me and I will get bullied myself. We'll see what happens. All right, let's set a T-spin here. Score is okay so far. We're pretty high up, and I'm being greedy by setting up this T-spin, but, you know, never punished, except that last game. Don't worry about it. All right, just stacking down here. Should be fine. Okay, and next effect is coming up in a bit. Oh, yeah, Paindesu has just started playing Tetris Effect. Very good. Good to know. That was just me. That wasn't even the effects. I was just stacking terribly there. You're not crazy. right? Fake Tetris, and we can do. Oh, cool. And there we go. So now there's a Russian guy in the background. That's Alexei Pajitnov, the creator of this game, and we have turned into a Christmas theme. Strangely enough, Christmas is over, but not in the Netherlands. I have yesterday been on a walk with my friends, and we were very surprised about how many people still have their Christmas lights up and how many trees there are in the public world. Okay, that is a huge eyepiece, which I cannot do anything about because my hold is disabled, so I'm just gonna put it there. That's a very great combination of effects. You get a huge eyepiece and you have to place it. Cannot store it for later. Thankfully, my stack survived it. Okay, there's the bump up. That is very scary. Like, that could just kill me if I'm not careful enough. Oh, yeah, the spins in this one are weird because they... Oh, no. Not right now. Afraid. But this here... I would like the O piece eventually. I don't know when it's coming. I know it's coming eventually thanks to the 7-back system, but there it is. When I don't need it anymore. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Sure. Eyepiece, please. Just so I can get down a little bit. Gonna blow up. That's fine. Oh, no, I've diffused it. Oh, and it's speeding up. Okay. I need to work on my score because I see that I'm approaching the line limit, which is 150 as usual. But it's hard to work on your score when all of this is happening. Oh, sure, just all of these pieces in a row. Okay, that's a nice T-spin setup, but I'm not allowed T's at the moment. Oh, there's a T. Do I just finish with this huge piece in my hold? I am... Oh, no! Okay, survived. Score is fine. Can I clear the last few lines? Please don't... No! 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 2 lines away! I couldn't do anything. I got the 2 big pieces again. Oh my god! I just met the score requirement as well. The game wants money for the charity. That's fine. Okay. Let's try this again. I expected Classic to be the one that's mean to me, but apparently it's Misery, which is called that nickname by the players because of this happening. Yes. That I don't know if I could have really put the piece anywhere. It was a very difficult situation to be in. Out of my control, I dare say. But, you know, maybe I could have stacked better up to that point. Okay. We have the bad piece in our hold, so let's just use it somewhere. Try not to hold on to it for too long so it doesn't block the hold queue for very long. Okay, we can get an upside down Tetris. That's perfectly fine. Got a little T-spin spinny. Let me set up a T-spin here. Is it gonna get over? No, it's fine. I would probably be able to figure that out if it wasn't upside down, but this works. Let's put a T-spin set up here. Or, yeah, there. T-spin. Well, you actually have to spin the T if you try to set up a T-spin, but that's fine. Score should not be an issue if I just do a bunch of those. That there. Is this... Yeah, that would have fit, but that's fine. I don't get an eyepiece, do I? That's fine. Just blow it up. Make a huge cross. The cross piece would be very good for that, but that's in Pentomino, not in Tetrimino. Or, yeah. Not in Tetris, where you have the Pentaminos. Or Triminos, if you've got fractured. Oh, right. There's a bomb happening. That's all right. I didn't pay much attention to that. Sure, this is a T-spin setup. Why not? Okay, nice little speed reset, so we can chill a little bit here, but not too much because this is a speed run. That's not a... That's all right. High board again, but we're not in too much danger thanks to no huge pieces being presented to us yet. Okay, that's a lot of bombs. This is going to blow up the board a little bit. It would be nice if I could clear this one, but not even that will happen. Yeah, so situation to be in, but that's a... No, that is not a T-spin, never mind. Could be a really huge T-spin, but I'm not sure I have the capabilities of setting that up. Oh, wonderful. Oh, that's the wrong one. Is this death? I hope not. Play really slowly, put everything in its place. Please get over. Thank you. Get there. Okay. Just loves the huge pieces, doesn't it? It 67 lines. I swear I'm going to clear this eventually. The estimate is, you know, it counts on this. So I think that's 4 deaths. That's 40 euro. I was saying dollars before. I hope not. It's fine. Rikel is looking at me very concerned, but I assure you, this will go very well. Giant piece. Thankfully, at the start, it doesn't matter too much.
Then I will just pop in to read more Tetris donos. 30 euros from DOSAM saying, accidentally puts the line segment into the timeout. I don't get it. Maybe you do.
Thank you.
Then
all clear.
15 euros from Madeline, sorry. Arko and mental health rock.
Hell yeah. Those things go together very well. All right. Thank you, Madeline. That's a IRL uni friend of mine. Thank you very much. I appreciate the donation. What? And mine does as well. Okay, we've already got 15,000, so score will not be an issue in this one. Let's see what will happen. Hoping to maybe, you know, actually clear it this time. That would be great. Be awesome even. Or T-spin setups. Okay, this is fine. Slow enough where I don't have to panic too much. T-spin setup, why not? With a T-spin, but it doesn't clear any lines, so it does give some score, but not a lot. It is a way to gain score for free without actually clearing lines. But it's almost negligible. Okay, we've got a nice effect for once, so we're gonna set up T-spins here. Do we get another one? Great, amazing. Okay, that lasted actually fairly long. Right, now I should focus on getting the board down. This doesn't spin the way I want it to, that's all right. Okay, and we're opening up. Oh, all clear. Very, very cool. Thank you, game. How kind of you, compared to how you've been to me in the past few attempts. So hopefully this is a good omen. Just gonna set up a nice Tetris here. Not going to be a Tetris, but that's all right. Or we're no longer have to really be worried about, because now we can get there with just line clears. So don't have to set up T-spins anymore, but I will just for the flex. And because it's like automatically ingrained in my brain, it's hard to tell myself to stop making T-spins. When I see like a T-spin setup, when I see a suspiciously shaped hole by a T, then it's gotta do it, you know? It's a Tetris brain. All right, so huge piece. Difficult to accommodate this one. So I need to put the well down. And maybe 4 wide is what I need. So this would be a nice spot for it. Okay, we are free of the huge piece curse for now. And just focus on clearing lines. Okay, so, as I say that, we get a score bonus. So that's okay. Score is met. And we just need to clear the 150 lines. Should be fine. there's no reason to worry. We're fairly low down on the board. There's nothing that could kill us right now, but there's a combination of effects that could get us there, of course. But if I just stay low and try to focus on clean stacking, then we should be fine. No hold makes it a little difficult to do that, of course, but we'll manage. Since the classic players have done that, then why can't we? Okay, and there we go. There's the transition to a Russian guy in the background. My favorite. And Christmas blocks. Which are very hard to read. Oh god, it's now even harder to read what's going on because everything is blowing up. But that's okay. Gonna again make it a little harder to actually stay low on the board. I've got a huge barrier here, but that's fine-ish. Just slot it here and deal with it, kind of. We do have a high ground, which I'd like to get out of. Well, could have gotten out of it there, but that's all right. Yes. Clear this. Clear this. Not particularly getting out just yet, but working on it. That's going to explode again, and that's going to let us put pieces at the very bottom. How nice. Slide them here. Do something with them. Yeah, clear that line. Why not? That counts. All right, 123. See if we can just hold on a little longer. Okay, nice little combo there. Huge T-piece. Not ideal. Speed up, so... What do I need for the huge T-piece? What do I need to accommodate it? I need an eyepiece right now. That's for sure. 2 eyepieces. Oh, no. Okay, things are happening. Things are happening. The pace is being picked up again. Oh, please get in. Okay, amazing. Right. This works. This is a fine place for... Oh, all pieces are not good in multiples, but thankfully our stack could get rid of it, and we're nearing the end. That's like, I could get the huge Tetris, but honestly, I just want to be done. But sure, we can clear with it. I hope. I'll just set this up here. Can I clear any lines? Okay. Boom. And there. 150, 500,000 score. That's SS, and that's time. Thank you, everyone. I made the estimate, hell yeah, and I will be donating 40 euro to Mind because I have died 4 times. 3 on mystery, thank you. Okay. So, now you will get to see the Zone Battle Showcase. So, actually have to turn off offline mode in order for that to happen. Offline mode off and go into multiplayer. So yes, you can play this game with other people. It's very cool. That's why it's called Tetris Effect Connected. Let's do a ranked match. My zone battle SR is 8888. My classic score attack SR is 6666. So I wanted to get this to 7777, but that would require losing, and I simply don't do that. So, sure, yeah, you can allow networks. Why not? Okay. Can I turn off Steam notifications? I don't know how to do that, whatever. Searching for a game. Hopefully it finds us something very soon. And here we will get the... Okay, thankfully it's not someone sniping me, probably. It's not a person I know. They're slightly lower ranked than me, but it should be an interesting match nonetheless. So we will be on the right. And we'll see how that will go. So, yeah, we will be sending each other garbage lines by clearing various lines. Like, when you clear a single, it doesn't actually send anything, but when you clear a Tetris, it sends 4 lines. So we'll try to focus on Tetrises and T-spins, because T-spin doubles also send 4 lines, so they're twice as efficient. All right, let's start with an all-clear attempt. So can we get this board to all-clear? We can. Oh, we could have. I missed it, though. That's fine. You could have seen all clear there. Shout out if you do know the solution to what I wanted to do. All right. So let's do a T-spin double here. So you can see that my opponent has already begun sending me some lines. I will reciprocate that, but by sending them some more, by clearing Tetrises. All right, just gonna get this O piece here and set up a T-spin, send that. Another T-spin setup here, like so. And you can see that our zone meter is filling up. Once that's full, I'm going to launch a full-scale attack. With a lot of Tetrises, hopefully. Okay, so there, and zone begins. So I will try to clear a lot of lines here, like so. Let's see, can I get the Ultimatrice? I don't know. I don't think so, actually. Oh, wait, that spun in! That's an Ultimatrice! Hell yeah! Okay, very nice, very nice. That's what I wanted to showcase. I'm glad it happened against my opponent. So, yes, they also zoned. But my zone was stronger. I did more T-spins and I cleared more lines and stuff. So they got the garbage. The way garbage cancellation works in this game is that if you have garbage incoming in the little line, and they're dead, okay, and we're playing best of, well, first to 2, so best of 3. Got an S rank there, so this is not a true all SS rank, but I will try to get an SS rank here. Sure, let's do a DT cannon setup. That's a fairly good one to send a lot of lines. So here we have the T-spin double and the T-spin triple, and that's going to send. You can see that my opponent just got a lot of garbage at once, so they're going to have a fun time trying to clear through that. I'm creating my own garbage because I'm just that good. And yeah, so the reason I managed to survive in the zone for that long is because there's 2 ways that you can die in a zone. Either block out or lockout. Block out is when your piece can't spawn, and you avoid that by holding the rotation button. So if you hold the rotation button like this, the piece is already spawn rotated, which means that if they were going to die non-rotated, you are not going to die if you just hold like that. So that's how you can avoid blockout, and lockout is if you place a piece entirely above row 20. But we're hopefully not going to do that. What are we going to do here? This is an interesting stack here. Oops. Okay, that's fine. Decahexatrice. It canceled their attack. So thankfully, we did not receive a lot of stuff at once. Let's see. I would like a T-spin setup here, but that requires a specific piece, which I'm not getting. There it is. Right, I cannot set it up anyway. And I'm in a weird position, so let's just do stuff. Let's spin this Z in, thanks to the weirdness of the super rotation system, and see what we can do. Okay, there's another T-spin setup. So we're both right now kind of reset. No one has too much garbage on their side. And so we're waiting for our zone meters to fill up and just send a large attack. Okay, my opponent is attacking me right now, and my garbage is fairly varied, so I will need to go through that eventually. Okay, they're enabling the zone, I'm enabling the zone, and let's see who has the bigger zone. You don't want to compare zones with me, buddy. Look at this one. I'm doing Tetrises and T-spins all over the place. Whoops, that one killed me. Well, that's fine. If I had held the other rotation key, the eyepiece would have spawned to the left and it would have worked out, but I did not have the foresight to do this. Okay. Sure, that works. That works for me. Tetris into a T-spin, doing a back-to-back like this and a combo is very powerful. Adds some lines extra. And my opponent is very high on the board right now, so I should focus on attacking them and try to just get them as quickly as possible. Now, as opposed to other guideline games, combo is still strong here, but it is still good to focus on Tetrises because of filling up the zone meter. Okay, so they're sending a large attack. We're going to cancel it with our own zone. See if we can do something with that. Get to 8, then we can start properly T-spinning, because that's when the multiplier starts happening properly. Sure. Clear this. Put this here. Okay, my zone ran out. That's another way it can stop. And we are at phase 3. So this means that any garbage that's incoming is going to be extremely varied. And zones are going to be very, very quick. So you will need to play faster and better and harder. Oh god, this stack is not ideal. So yeah, zone 3 just happened because of score. I set up a T-spin triple. Boom. Mid-game. Nice. All right, that sends quite a lot. This doesn't because it's not actually a T-spin double. Whoops. All right. My stack is not ideal here. That's a T-spin, sure. Why not? Spin this in. Okay, the music is very intense right now. But thankfully, my opponent, you can see like their garbage is extremely all over the place. They have a lot of cheese to go through. Okay, just stacking up a little bit. We cannot afford to accept too much garbage. So when we see that we have the little yellow line there, we have to send stuff. We have to clear lines. As long as you're clearing lines, you're not going to receive garbage. So we have to make sure we're on top of our game. They've enabled the zone. I can wait until they're finished with their zone. That wasn't a very quick zone, and actually they received lines. Okay, so I can stack up a little bit. They zoned and they still got lines, so I'm in a pretty good spot right now. I'm poised to attack them and potentially kill them. So here we go. Let's try to do T-spins. We don't... Oh, and they died. I didn't even send them anything. They just killed themselves. Okay. It's an S rank, but that's fine. That's good enough for me. You have seen every single SS rank in the effect modes. And that's Tetris Effect. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone so much for watching. I enjoyed this run a lot. I died a lot more in Mystery than I thought I would, but thankfully this has gone okay. I have not been too overestimate, or not at all. So yeah, definitely recommend this game. Even if you're a beginner Tetris player or an expert, you will enjoy this. And the game will teach you a lot, especially through the effect modes. And the journey mode is just a voyage of emotion and discovery. So yeah, really cool, really recommended. It's like $40 for the soundtrack, and the game comes free with it. Like, I really recommend it. So yeah, thank you everyone. Shoutouts to Adventium for the auto splitter here. Shoutouts to Electra for figuring out the bytes in the code. Shoutouts to the cronies and deleted server behind me for supporting me. Shoutouts to my uni friends and the people who have made me this baked Tetris good. Very nice. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you. And definitely stick around, because next up is going to be Blindfolded Celeste, which is incredible, and I'm definitely going to be watching that. And yeah, tomorrow I will also be doing Minecraft Bingo with Kez and Josh, the guy that you can't see the whole time. Okay. Goodbye.
Thank you so much, Arko, for your beautiful Tetris run. I will definitely dream of T-spins, although I never play Tetris.
That is the Tetris effect, yes.
Yeah, it truly is. Yes, the next run will be, like he said, Celeste blindfolded, and we will be right back with that. So thank you so much. And that will be my last hosting for today. I hope you will enjoy the next host. It will be double. Thank you, and goodbye.